Gamesweasel.com. Review.
One thing that I'll openly admit, okay guys, is that I'm not very good at strategy games. I am well aware that the previous Advance Wars games on the GBA and DS were very good indeed, although I found them too hard and so therefore couldn't enjoy them properly. Thankfully, for gamers with a handicap such as me, Advance Wars Dark Conflict on the DS, at its core, has the same gameplay, only a little bit more simplified and not as bright and cuddly. Yes, they've realised that war isn't bright and bouncy and full of people going, yeah, huh, and did you see the size of that explosion? Instead, this one's set after a meteor strike where lone groups fight for survival in a Mad Max style universe, people get viruses that make flowers bloom from their skin, and a man called the Beast keeps fighting your troops. So when you look at this game, the maps and colours are all shades of brown, grey and muted colours, and when characters have a bit of a chinwag, which they do more of in this game, they're all nicely drawn in that typically serious anime style. Nothing you'd see on a kids channel here. Now before I go into detail about the gameplay itself, let me explain the game for anyone who's never played it before. It's basically a bit like chess. It's a turn-based game where you guide troops, tanks and mobile guns over various terrain, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. The aim of each map is to destroy all the enemy's units or capture their base. Simple to explain, but you'll have to think and use lots of tactics to win the day in this one. Thankfully, they've dropped the very complicated dual layer premise where planes fought overhead at the same time as ground forces on the ground. I just couldn't get my small head around it, so this time all units fight on the same map. Thank you. They also have some new units like bikes which can travel long distances to capture towns and factories, new rigs which can carry troops, and more missile and rocket launchers that can dish out damage from afar. Game maps can take anything from 5 minutes to a number of hours to complete depending on your tactics, and there are also new challenging tactical maps to unlock as you play through the story if you're a veteran and want to be tested to your limits early on in the game. Some people don't like the new gritty look of this game, but I think it's better. War's not supposed to be bright and bouncy and fluffy, and I think the game looks better for its new makeover. It would also please the likes of Morrissey and Marilyn Manson. Very happy indeed. And it's got Wi-Fi multiplayer, so if you've got some time on your hands, you can play against other real people and prove you're a better warmonger than your opponent. Advance Wars Dark Conflict gets an excellent 8 out of 10. You've been watching a review from Gamesweasel. If you want to get the show each week, which includes video game reviews, news, previews, competitions and special features, then head over to Gamesweasel.com for our video podcast, Gamesweasel TV.
Gamesweasel.com.